Hey everyone, Criticaster here, and today we're going to talk about all the things that have just been introduced to PSO2 NGS. There's a whole bunch of things, including Waker, add-on skills, and a whole bunch more. Yeah, let's actually get into it with the update info, and first off, Waker. So Waker is a new class for NGS that comes with a new weapon for NGS as well, called the Harmonizer. So use this to summon 3 types of familiars, the Fredrin, Wolfen, and Marmello, and you get a whole bunch of different attacks and class skills with this. Probably go into it, in more depth in the future. But along with that, it comes with an instructor kind of telling you how to use the class a little bit. And I imagine if you guys are willing to try out this class, you'll have a lot of fun with it. But moving on to the next thing is the new side story and mini episodes. This is a side story for the 5 siblings in Caveris, and just doing some favors for them. And of course, with the mini episodes, it's with like Manon, Crawford, Dozer, and I believe like Anna and more. And you basically just get more background on those characters doing tasks for them. There's also some new trials and adjustments. So the Emperor Rappies and Great Rappies are now going to appear in trials just like captains do, kind of just anywhere on the map. And then also there's new rank 2 and challenge settings for some of the Trainia, like the ones with enemies in them. So you can set different modifiers just like you could in Geolab to increase the difficulty and get some titles doing those. And they also adjusted the HP in the Alio and Retem Yellow Battle Diaz to be lower by a little bit to help, make it easier for that. But also, speaking of these yellow triggers and even purple triggers, they're no longer region specific. So they changed it to common yellows and common purples. So it won't be, like Alio, Retem, Caveris, and like whatever else the rest of the regions are going to be. So they're all kind of uniform. But for the existing triggers that you have, you can exchange that to the item trader in any of the cities for these common ones. You don't have to worry about losing out on that. And then next up is another big feature, the add-on skills. Basically, you can put add-on skills for each class that apply to your essentially account to give you a whole bunch of different buffs and little effects. I'll go into more in depth with this later on. And for some other features being added to the game, there's assist NPCs that will aid you in combat sectors. So basically, if your room does not have many people in it, then they'll show up to help you out, deal some extra damage, and take some of the aggro. And then they also changed the exchanging augment capsules, so where they're easier to make, so they don't require as many materials, or basically like no materials at all, and just lower tier capsules. So that's very nice too. And then they added the alliance task records, so basically you can compete with other alliances on your ship to do these alliance tasks from Tim to get beta reactors and SG tickets. And then you can also sort your main menus, redeem SG tickets in bulk, do a backdrop for your ARKS ID, easier salon stuff, and you can have 50 characters for display, extra voice volume settings, improved room transfer feature, and then like another big thing is the play navigator for new players, where that kind of tells you what you can do to increase your battle power where you're currently at. That's enough for the main features. Move on to the scratch tickets. So the AC one coming this week is Sunshine Marine Stars 22. And this is where a whole bunch of swimsuits or bathing suits are here with their certain accessories and different motion changes where you can ride on a Marlin, which is pretty funny. And then here, the Marlin scratch count bonus is basically, it comes with a water effect, while the one that you can just scratch for does not. And then we have a new SG scratch, the Waker comparison, which has all of the Waker outfits and hairstyles and different emotes and poses. And the scratch count bonus for this one is the surfing swim motion change. Then up next, we have some of the more detailed info of this update. There is a lot on this list. I'm going to try to just cover some of the main things here. So going from the top, with the question fields here, there's like the rank 2 Trainia, the changes to the battle triggers, the trials for Emperor Rappies, all that good stuff there. This is all the smaller changes, like to the ARKS IDs, the SG tickets, and the Reeker device, or the room selection. So there's that. Basically, mini episodes are going to be showing up on the world map. They added a function for field races that enable a transition to random challenge records. I believe this is going to be for the ARKS records event that goes on from time to time. So currently this option will probably be grayed out as it is currently closed. And there's just a whole bunch of other interface changes just for ease of access. And then there's some character creation things like that changed the salon for easier, simple editing. But they also changed the behavior of the panda suits. So some of the appearance or some of the items that you might have attached to them might change, just so you're aware of that. And they also changed the specifications for the accessories Glow Cube and Glowing Circle to increase the spatial increments for the adjustments. So you might have to adjust them again, they say. Then down here in items, they talk about the augment capsules in more depth. So they actually removed some of the type 1 and 2 capsules from the selection and changed it so you can actually just exchange 10 of a type 1 or 4 of a type 2 capsule for the tier 3 capsules, such as stamina and others. And then along with this, photon quartz and other minerals are no longer required to exchange for some of the augment capsules, and they adjusted the requirements for the Sovereign Ward ones. They also changed the item rarity of some of these augment capsules to 4-star, and along with that, they changed adding augments for 4-star rarity capsules to 100 Meseta instead. They also added new drop items for some of the enemies. Not exactly sure what that is, probably just something to deal with capsules and whatnot. Changed specifications to replace some of the 3-star rarity weapons and armor with Meseta for drops from level 26 to 40 enemies in Aleo and Retem, so be getting more Meseta instead of just garbage items. And then they changed these weapon camos to include the Harmonizer weapon, since that just got added to the game, so all of these can be used with Harmonizer. And then they changed the battle trigger drops, so they're just those common ones that we talked about. Changed the lineup of trigger items in the Alliance Badge Shop, meaning just like those yellows and purples, they just changed the commons in there as well. They also decreased the volume of the Emote 32 Space Channel 5 dance, the one that goes, up, down, choo, choo, choo. Because apparently people were annoyed with that, so they definitely needed to do that. And there's just a few other adjustments here with the carry limit for some items. Changed it to where you can use mag devices from NGS scratches in base game. Changed the weekly cap for alliance points in PSO2 base from 4,500 alliance points to 50,000. So that's actually a big change for base game alliance-wise. And then getting into some balance adjustments here. They changed the armor drops from silver and gold rare boss enemies to have a plus 20 enhancement by default instead of just being nothing. And then they also improved the drop rate of ingredient items from tames like the meats. They increased XP earned upon defeating some enemies and boss enemies. Not exactly sure what those are, but increased XP is always good. And then the thing that we talked about with the decreased HP and yellows, adjust the hit determination for some of the attacks from Lazentos. So hopefully with Lazentos, some of the hits are, more spot on instead of, being all funky. And then for the last things here, they just improved the PP recovery for mobile cannons and adjusted the area that the crystal shards kind of scatter out when you break them. But that is it for the main update details. But moving on, we go into some of the campaigns that they introduced. So first off, we have PSO2 Day. This is actually still ongoing through maintenance. So if you catch this the first day, you can get some extra XP and rare drop rate. The XP, very nice for leveling Waker. But this lasts until 8 p.m. Eastern, so you gotta make sure to do it before then. Up next, though, we have the Buy AC, Get SG Back campaign. This is where you buy 10,000 AC, and then you can get 500 Star Gems back, and this lasts until the 16th of August. So just a little extra incentive if you're going to buy it anyways. And then for NGS, there's some first-time login incentives for new players, actually. So if you make a new account, you get a whole bunch of Star Gems, special scratch tickets, and some more cosmetics for like Sonic and Tails. You also can get some first login bonuses by logging into the Xbox One, Microsoft Store, Steam, or Epic Game Store versions and get different items through that. They don't say when this ends. This is just after the scheduled maintenance on 8/3, and you can get any of these gifts. And then we actually have some campaigns for those interested in base game PSO2. If you log in between these two dates here, you actually get 50 casino coin passes, which they actually made a change to the casino for this campaign, where originally you could get 10 star gems for 1,000 coins, but it is now 40 star gems. You can do that once per week. And they also changed the other star gem thing that you can get for 1,700 coins, where it was originally 5 star gems a pop, and now it is 20 star gems, and you can do that up to 6 times per week. Also on this page back up here, if you do some different activities like earning more coins in the casino, doing different quests, and entering your own or other people's personal quarters, you can actually get 10th special scratch tickets. And then if you do all 3, then you get a select ticket for that scratch. And for these, they'll be distributed around late September. But for the next campaign in base game, Your Pet Loves You campaign, going on the same time, if you level the summoner pets to level 80, you can get their mag forms to use in NGS or just base game. So if you earn these titles for those, you can get these here. And then for these rewards, they'll be distributed around mid-October. But then also with this base game thing, there's a PSO2 replay campaign that's still ongoing until the 30th, where if you do episodes 1 through 6 of the story, you get a whole bunch of cosmetics and weapon camos, and the SG scratch ticket for base game. If you do all of those, you get a select ticket for the PSO2 10th special scratch. But I believe that is everything going on this week. Like I said, I'll go into more depth with add-on skills in the Waker class in some future videos, so look forward to that. Yeah, if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.